We have our very, very special guest. Thank you for joining us, Josselyne. How are you?
I'm great. It's so good to see you again.
We are going into the Successful Living Summit. It's a global celebration, leadership training event, top coaches like the one here with us today, and trainers from all around the world together as one to learn from each other, maximizing our full potential in all areas of life. And this is real for me because I got a chance to go through the initial program in 2016.
Mm.
Changed my business acumen, my personal life, self worth. A lot of things, positive things came out of this program. And now we're inviting everybody to come out and be a part of it as well in the next chapter in Mexico City, July 18th through the 20th. And Josselyne is going to be there with us. Are you ready for this? All the way from France?
I know, really. I'm getting an emergency alert. I'm so sorry. I don't know whatever that is, but okay. It's an emergency. We're going to SLS. That's
Oh,
it.
yes, we
Everybody's
all
got
need it.
to find out all about it. Yeah, I love working with the people from the Successful Living Summit. First of all, the title says it all, right? I
Yes.
mean, who doesn't want that, you know? And then it's a room full of people who are all committed to transformation and making a difference.
And a lot of people don't understand that they can have this in their life. They're kind of stuck in pre-program, you know, that we've been handed down from generation to generation. So you're going to be the keynote speaker at the World Cup of Transformation in 2024. We're all going to be there. And of course, we love San Diego, but what is exciting to you about Mexico City? Because like I said, I was only there for a brief moment, but have you been there before?
I have not been to Mexico in a really long time. Actually, my husband and I were together 30 years. We went to Mexico on our honeymoon.
Wow. Nice. 30.
So
So this is like a kind of reunion there at
like
the
a little, yes, a little anniversary trip. I'm excited. I don't care where it is, honestly. I mean, Mexico City is going to be beautiful, and obviously it's changed in 30 years, and it was beautiful then. So I think it's more about the people for me, and being surrounded by those kind of people who are starving for self development and really out to elevate their own performance. That's what is juicy for me, to be able to be with people. My keynote is all going to be about supporting people in how to move from reacting to creating life. And that's something all of us deal with. Most of the day is spent reacting to whatever life is throwing at us.
Mhm.
And even if we're good at reacting, which most successful people are, it's still a different muscle than creating. And the magic lives in creating. So I'm very excited about giving people the tools to shift from one world to another.
Yeah, and it's right there in front of us, but it takes coaches like you to show us, perspective. Think of it this way, as opposed to doing it the way you've been doing it. So we're seeing a lot of leaders coming out of the World Cup and embarking on their own journey, being professionals and coaches and trainers globally around SLS. And we know, being a guest trainer with SLS Training Academy as well. Tell us about you being a trainer for the academy and what you think of being coaches and trainers and things like that.
Well, what's great about working with SLS, it's a very international platform.
Yeah.
So we have people from the Philippines, we have people from all over Latin America, people from the US. So it's an opportunity to have a global impact in a very short period of time, which I love about doing the work that I do with the training candidates. And the people who are in the Trainers Academy are committed to developing themselves as transformational leaders. And I've been doing that for more than 30 years and trained many, 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 many leaders over the years.
A lot of sons
So
and daughters out there.
yeah, really. So it's a real opportunity for me to have a bigger impact with the work that I do through them, because they'll be touching so many lives, you know.
Yeah.
So I love doing that work with them, and they're brilliant and really committed people. So they come ready to work.
Well, for those who aren't really familiar with the discipline of transformational leadership, and what a difference it can make on our lives, can you share with those out there who are kind of not even in the know and want this for their
Sure.
lives?
Well, I'll do it by drawing a comparison between transformation and change, because change is what everybody kind of is addicted to. It's like, let me change my body, let me change my income, let me change my circumstances, my job, whatever it is. And change requires something to change. So you need to have a job to change from, or
Hmm.
a situation to change from, or whatever you're dealing with. You need to have something there to make it more this or less this or different this or better this, like that. Transformation is a very different discipline. What transformation requires is a condition of nothing.
Explain.
So when you are creating anything, what's first required is to create a condition of nothing, because you can't paint on a filled up canvas.
Understood.
You can change a canvas.
Mhm.
You can change that painting and add a flower or take away, cover up something that's on the canvas. But from nothing, you can create anything.
Mm.
From something, you can only create some things.
Okay. I understand that.
So what transformation does, the process of transformation, is it allows you to, what I call, complete things in your life, like decisions you made from the past that you've been holding out in front of you like they're the truth, and have that be in the past instead of in your future that you're living into and keep playing out over and over again, or limiting beliefs that you might have that aren't really real, but they seem really real. So they keep you operating within a certain diameter
Yeah.
or space. So once those things have been completed or distinguished as what they are, oh, that's a belief. It's not the truth. It's a belief. Then they disappear as a constraint. That's what I mean by nothing. And now all of a sudden, what you're in front of is nothing. And you can create anything you want in that space, in your relationships, in your business, in
Yeah.
your
Very
well-being.
powerful.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to join us, we'll see you in Mexico City. It's coming up July 18th through the 19th, and you can all be there and become the leader in your community, in your family. Let's start there. You don't have to go super, super duper big. You can start
Exactly.
immediately with your family, and they notice the change. It's like, wait a minute, he's not operating the same way he used to operate here. You can't meet this the your after you go through a transformational um, like this. People cannot meet you the same way that they used to. You
They
know,
can't. And you say be a leader in your company and your family, but you're a leader in your life, whether or not you have anybody around. You still are the leader of your life. So leadership is not about the number of people you lead.
Mhm.
It's about being somebody who has a vision. It's like creating and fulfilling on a vision. So anybody can identify as a leader.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so very much. Is there a website or a Instagram or something like that? Do you do social media, or do we have to come and
Oh,
see
for
you?
me,
Yeah,
or
for
yeah,
you.
absolutely. I was like, for SLS, you,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
should have all that info. But yeah,
I
for
have
me,
that.
be unmessable with is my Instagram handle,
I
and
love that.
beunmessablewith.com is my website. So yeah, there's tons of free offerings on there, and videos and newsletters and courses and all sorts of stuff.
All right. Well, for those out there who are on the edge or teetering or considering, like, give us a word of not advice, but a little something positive that can help maybe help somebody make a decision to actually come and commit to something like this.
Well, I would ask you, what's your vision for your life? And if your vision for your life is big enough that you don't know how to accomplish it necessarily, then you should come, because you will get tools and you will get blind spots uncovered.
Mm.
Blind spots keep us in the same arena that we've been playing in. It has us stops us from seeing what's fully available. What happens in programs like SLS is those blind spots are illuminated and then they disappear, and you have access to whole new worlds of action and results. That's why people produce such exponentially increased results out of a seminar like this, out of a workshop like this. And this is the World Cup of transformation. So this is like the cream of the crop
Yes.
of trainers. So you're going to get like the biggest bang for your buck and time to be at that summit for sure.
Well, everybody wants to be there. I'm going to be there. And if
Me
you
too.
have, yeah, if you want to be there, let me tell you, you can go to slsworldcup.com and we'll all see you in Mexico, July 18th through the 20th, Mexico City. It's the World Cup of Transformation. And we're anxious to find out what you're bringing for us this year, my dear, all the way from Paris, France. You're going to be
That's
coming
right.
in.
Flying on a little bird.
Well, find out what happened with that emergency broadcast and hope
Yeah.
everything's okay where you are.
Really, I think that was my New York phone. So there's
Right.
always an emergency in New
Oh,
York,
snap.
you know.
Something's happening in New York. Okay.
Here it's like, in Paris, it's like, we've run out of butter. It's an
Yeah,
emergency.
right. Bring the wine.
That's right. Exactly.
Wow. I'm anxious to hear some stories when I see you in person about Paris, France.
Well, I look forward to it. And thanks so much for who you are for transformation and the opportunity you give people.
It's an honor. And all of those that are watching that have listened to us throughout the years, excuse me, of broadcasting, I'm a different person because of SLS training. So I'm blessed to be here. Thank you for joining us, Josselyne.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, we'll see you guys in Mexico.